Hello, everybody. So, I welcome you all to another power packed क्लैट टॉपर सेशन। जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं कि इस साल का क्लैट का रिजल्ट बहुत ही ज्यादा डिलेड था और बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स इंतजार कर रहे थे कि आखिर उन्हें कब एनएलयू में पढ़ने जाने का मौका जो है ये मिलेगा। तो आज हमारे साथ ऐसी ही एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने क्लैट 25 एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में एक बहुत ही इम्प्रेसिव रैंक लाके एनएलयू नागपुर में सीट हासिल कर ली है और अपनी लॉ की पढ़ाई इसी जर्नी की शुरुआत जो है वो इसी लॉ स्कूल से करने वाली है। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जिक्रा, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस फॉर गेटिंग सच अ ब्रिलियंट एनएलयू एंड अब जो है आई वुड लाइक टू नो योर जर्नी कि कैसे आपने इस एंट्रेंस एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन करी एंड कैसे आपने ये सक्सेस जो है ये हासिल करी। जिक्रा एडुकेयर घाटकोपर ब्रांच की ऑफलाइन स्टूडेंट रह चुकी है। सो नॉट ओनली जस्ट द एनएलयू नागपुर, उसने दूसरी भी कुछ एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स अपीयर की थी एंड उसे भी क्लियर किया था। ये सारी चीजों की जानकारी जो है अब हम इस वीडियो में लेंगे। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन जिक्रा फॉर गेटिंग सच अ वंडरफुल स्कोर।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It is an honor to get into an NLU after clearing out CLAT. And I feel quite proud of myself that I did clear out CLAT. And now I am going to pursue my law studies through a very prestigious NLU, and that is NLU Nagpur.
Good. Congratulations, Zikra, once again. Zikra, can you please introduce yourself that where are you from and what was your academic background before you decided to pursue CLAT entrance exam?
Okay. My name is Zikra Shaikh, and I have completed my 12th standard through science stream. And earlier, I was a NEET aspirant, and I had given my NEET entrance exam until I got to know what I actually am interested in or what I actually want to pursue in life. Then I got to know about CLAT, and I took a drop year to appear for CLAT in the coming December in 2025. And then I prepared for CLAT exam through EduCARE classes, and then I appeared for it and cleared out CLAT.
Okay, fine, Zikra. So, Zikra, can you tell me when did you decide to pursue law as your career?
There there have been a lot of confusion and everything after I had given my entrance for NEET. And then I was looking out for options, something that I truly was interested in, something that I truly wanted to pursue. And with me having interest in all the political and law and order background and everything, I wanted to pursue law. And then I was searching for the options that I can pursue law through one of the prestigious colleges all over India. Then I got to know about CLAT, which is an entrance exam to get into NLUs all over India. And then I started preparing for it around August 2024.
Okay, so it was a journey wherein your preparation journey was not as big. You did and completed the mock test, the practice, the revision in a span of hardly 4 months. So, can you tell me what was your strategy for this entrance exam?
I was very much focused in the initial days when I joined the EduCare. I was like, I had to get through this exam because it was something that I already had given one entrance, and then I was jumping off to another big entrance exam that was in knew for sure that I had to read a lot of current affairs, a lot of news. I had to be up to date with all the things that is going around me. So there was a lot of reading into picture and a lot of practice that came along with it.
Hmm. Okay. So, Zikra, can you share the overall preparation strategy for this CLAT exam, subject-wise particularly?
Yeah, like for legal, तो बहुत ही simple था because legal was very easy. When it came to me, I was very interested in legal because I had a very smart and a very cheerful ma'am leading us for legal. So legal was not such a big of a deal. Then we had GK, that was a very tiring subject to tackle because it was so much, it was so vast. So for GK, I'd say there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of making notes from ourselves, whatever we hear about in the headlines or whatever the current affairs we are earning. The more we note it down in the point of pointers, the more it just we have a glimpse of what we've read. We cannot remember all the dates and years, but we just know. And a lot of reading is what is very important when it comes to GK. And then when I say logical requires a lot of practice. And because you there are a lot of tricky questions that come into logical. Same goes with the quantitative analysis. Both need a lot of practice. We had our sirs who were equally giving us a lot of questions on a daily basis in the lecture, so it got sorted out along with the class only. Then English was pretty easy. For English, the only thing that you need is a good grasping power, on your vocabulary, a good reading speed, because there are a lot of big passages you have to read, and then you have to solve questions on that basis. And so for English, I think a lot of reading is what has helped me out, and hence I used to like clear out my English section quite easily.
Okay, and what about the maths section?
Math session, it was only minimal 12 questions or something, but for that you never know from which part it is coming. So it is very basic math, but it requires practice. You need to have the formulas by heart. You need to know ki whatever information is given in the data that is provided to you, we have to put in the formula in the right way and need to solve the questions within the span of 1 minute per question. So initially it used to take a lot of time, but as it went on, math became easier and easier, and I started completing it on time. And it was not long that I had a good touch on math, and then I could solve it quite easily.
Okay, fine. So, Zikra, can you tell me, because you first appeared for the NEET exam and then you appeared for decided to appear for the CLAT exam. So, how was your journey of shifting this, particularly the whole area of your interest only?
Okay, so it has been difficult, and I was a science student, and when you're a science student, you have very limited options that are shown in front of you. I'd say it was a lack of exposure in 12th or 11th standard that I had, because of what I did not know what other options that are available that can, support my interest, where I actually am passionate about studying something. So because of that, I had need in my mind, and with science you only have two options: it is engineer or doctors. That is the main that is there in front of ourselves. But then once I gave need, I knew that this is not my field, and this is not somewhere where I'll be able to keep on studying and putting in all my efforts and hard work for the next 5 years. So then I knew what I had to was, when I came to know about CLAT, it was something, when I read the syllabus, when I read what is required to get into CLAT and law, I just knew that it is my field, because the interest, the knowledge that is required, the thinking, the ideology that is required, it was my field. I knew that this is my place.
Correct. Okay, Zikra. So, Zikra, can you tell me, when we are preparing for the CLAT exam, it is very important we do as many MCQ questions we can. So, can you tell me how did you practice the MCQs? And mock test also play a very important role in the preparation. So, how did you solve the mock test and how did you analyze them as well?
Okay, so for the MCQs, I'd say after the lectures, mostly like if we have, particularly like for example, if we have a legal lecture, so we have covered a particular topic that is being covered. So there were practice questions that were available after the topic, and we used to solve most of them in the class. And then there was homework, a lot of MCQs that were given, like 150, 200 MCQs PDF that were provided, and I made sure I did practice them coming back home. And as for the mock test, I'd say every Sunday we had a mock test, and we had gotten good day by day. Earlier, I used to take a lot of time, so the scores, I have seen my scores from 34 as well. So I remember the first mock test I gave, and I had seen my score 34 out of 120. It was shocking, but I was kind of happy that okay, I did in the first mock test, because it had been only a few days. I'd say mock tests play a very important role. The more and more mock tests that you give, or that one practice the MCQs, it just makes you better day by day. And once you start practicing MCQs, once you start giving the mock test, the other thing that plays a very important role is you analyzing it. Many a times in the beginning, I used to give the mock test, I used to practice my MCQs, but then not come and analyze where I've gone wrong. So there was a time where I did not focus on those things, and I was lacking behind. But once I started coming back home, seeing where I went wrong, noting down ki what were my mistakes, and then working on it, it got better. My scores boosted up, and I got faster, and then MCQs became easier eventually.
Hmm. Okay, Zikra. So, Zikra, apart from CLAT entrance exam, which other entrance exam did you appear for?
I have given a lot of entrances after that. I gave SLAT, I have given, I gave MHCT as well, and a lot of college entrance exams, like the different colleges, like for Alliance, there was different, and I guess for Christ University, there was different. So there were a lot of university exams as well that I've given after CLAT, that I had the span of time.
Okay, and can you tell me how many of the colleges did you get selected into?
I got selected into all of them. I gave SLAT, I got selected in Symbiosis. I gave Christ entrance exam, I got selected in that. I gave Alliance entrance exam, I got selected in that as well. And then with CLAT, I got selected in NLU as well. So it was mostly me giving the exams and getting selected in them. And I cleared off the interviews as well.
Great, great. So that is a very, very, I will say, a remarkable achievement wherein all the entrance exam you appeared for, you cleared it, and you also secured a seat. And finally, you decided to take admission into an edu now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Zikra, can you tell me which books and resources did you rely on the most?
I'd say because I had thought about CLAT just 4 months before the CLAT was, the exam was there in December. So my whole and sole resource was be EduCARE and the books they provided and the books that I had through them, the GK beat, legal beat, logical. I haven't gone for any other resources other than the books that were provided to me from classes. So I strictly was sticking to the books that were given to me and the notes that we prepared and the lectures that were happening in the class.
Okay, fine, Zikra. So, Zikra, when we are preparing for the CLAT exam, it is very important that, mentorship plays a very important role. So, can you tell me how important was mentorship during your journey? And did you have any mentors that guided you?
Oh, mentors. I mean, my teachers have been my biggest supporters. They are like a very, very loving family to me. They've guided me, they've yelled at me. Okay, not yelled at me, but yeah, they've shouted me at times when they had to. But mentors play a very important role. Mentorship plays a very important role. Every point of, life, every point where you are demotivated, where you're down, you need someone out there who tells you that, oh no, you can do it. I had Kotak ma'am, I had my sirs around me, I had everyone who was always there backing me up, saying, okay, you don't need to be so sad about it. If you score low in the mock test, we are gonna do it. And they are like the biggest cheerleader, and they're always there. They tell you what to do, how to do, and when to do. So it is very important, that whatever you're gonna do and whatever you're gonna execute, how is the proper way to execute it. And I feel mentors or teachers or the people who are there supporting you in the class, your fellow mates, everybody plays a very important role in this to pushing you forward.
Correct. Rightly said, it is very, very important to stay motivated throughout the journey because it is an emotional roller coaster ride as well when you prepare for this entrance exams. Okay.
It
So,
was. It was.
so Zikra, can you tell me what strategies would you like to share with the upcoming CLAT aspirants?
I'd say there are I won't say as strategies as such because I myself I'm not someone who plans out and then does something. So it is mostly that when you're starting your preparation in the initial months, you will be just clueless about all the subjects. But once you get a grip on the subjects, you know your strength and your weaknesses. And once you know that okay, these particular subjects you're good at, and there are certain subjects you're not good at, so you one should make sure that those subjects they are not good at, they put in a lot of more efforts. And be it any sections, be it logical, legal, GK, English, or math, everything requires a good speed and a good grasping power, a good vocabulary. The whole CLAT exam is about knowing the words and knowing the sentences, interpreting the meaning as soon as possible. we cannot one cannot sit and ponder upon what the sentence means, because you don't have that much time. Each question gives you just a minute to solve it. So I guess reading a lot of things and introducing yourself, exposing yourself to a lot of new words and vocabularies, and practicing a lot of questions, all this will help you to clear out CLAT with good marks.
Rightly said, Zikra. So, one last question, Zikra. How was your experience with the EduCare?
Oh, it was tremendous fun. I have enjoyed every bit of it. I have been with BHK just for 4 months. I'd say people were lucky enough to have a good bond with them for a year or so. But every day that I've been there, the classes, be it the discussions, be it the strong debates that I had with my teachers and sirs, with my opinions, I felt heard, I felt guided, I felt motivated every minute of it. There were a lot of questions that were cleared out so patiently. I am a person who has so many doubts, so many questions when it comes to a lot of topics. But my teachers, and especially you, Kotak ma'am, you heard me out throughout. I have been after you with so many doubts throughout my journey, and you've always answered me patiently, and I'm so grateful. So I guess Be Educare played a very important role, a very vital role in me clearing out the CLAT exam, because they were there every minute. They were there on calls. I had Priyanka ma'am, Pratik sir, everybody there. I'm telling them I need to give extra marks. I want to practice questions. The class was available. So they were always there. They were like a big, big family, and they were always supportive. And I was always welcomed and guided in BHUK. So I loved it. It was a very great experience.
Great. Good to hear that, Zikra. Even we are very, very happy with your success. And the EduCare family wishes you all the very best for your future as well.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zikra.